Hello guys, welcome back to One United. So this is gonna be our match review. Match reaction video to the versus Spurs game that just ended 1-1. Right. So I think I will start. I think 1-1 is a fair result looking at overall because I think Spurs has stick to the game plan. I think they have a game plan which is stay compact, counter attack. I think that's classic Mourinho. Right? I think that in large period of the game they did that very well, especially in the first half, and where I think they look the more threatening team with the counter attack, right? So what are your thoughts, Zoro? Zoro, hello.
Oh,
Oh, something wrong with Zoro feed. How about you, Kira?
I think okay. Zoro is back on. Zoro, what are your thoughts on the game?
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm hearing you guys breaking up. So basically, yeah, I agree with Mo. This was a fair result. And again, United quite seem undecisive at certain times, and we sure that we are lacking on especially on the flanking side, because we cannot even penetrate the Spurs defense, which is very compact. And to moving on as a project restart in the result, fair enough. And United is gonna have to keep on this momentum to spur on for the next few match days, which are very compact. We know towards the end of the month.
Okay, about you, Kira?
For me, actually, what I see from this game is Sasha trying in different formations with different team build-ups and try to see what works with having a very two great players in one team in Pogba and Fernandez. So initially, he's trying to see if we play in a more neutral for 4-3-3 initially, will it work? And we can say that for the first 10 minutes it worked. As usual, uh, the problem with United is that once we after the first 10 minutes and the opposition have figured out the formation and try to crowd around Fernandez, and that's why we saw that it went a bit downhill from there. And on the second half, he recovered back, and actually you can see the problem with a 4-3-3 formation is that whenever the fullbacks are marauding forward, there is a space either side of the flank that cannot be covered by Maguire and Lindelof in the first half. So in the second half, we see a more aware, position aware Shaw, and in a sense that um, having one Bisaka up in front actually tires out Lindelof quite quickly. So they shifted up back to the 3-5-2 formation and added up Pogba into that formation. It was really balances out the game. But I think it can also work with or without Pogba. That 3-5-2 in that 3-5-2 formation, but it seems like a more balanced formation for us having in that 3-5-2 or like a 3-4-3 formation as well. For me actually 3-4-3 formation actually robs actually is a more attacking game, as you can see towards the end. Both Rashford and Greenwood are trying to attack from the flanks, but um in the initial formation, it looks more like a 3-5-2, and we actually wasted Greenwood's and Galo's potential in them having trying to cover that right flank together with Wan Bisaka. But overall, it's a fair game.
Okay, I think the big thing everybody's waiting for, Pogba and Fernandez. So we see a glimpse of it today. Pogba coming in around 60 plus minutes, right? So for you, Zoro, how do you think the partnership looks like in this early stage?
Yeah, it kind of frees up Pogba's creativity. Unfortunately, our front line does not have the chance to benefit from the partnership as of yet. We see the game opening up a bit more better. The opposition team have a hard time to mark off either one of them at a certain time, as we can see in the first half, as highlighted by Kira. Once Fernandes, Bruno got the ball, around 3 to 4 players are coming out around him. But the dynamics change when Pogba comes in, so it kind of the game towards United a bit more, and you see a result of Pogba coming into the box more often, resulting to the penalty that we had.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So for me, I think it can work and does look it can work really well. But whatever formation that we played, if you want to play Pogba and Fernandes together, I think the defensive cover must be there. I think we have to really let the shackles off them and not let them think too much of the defensive duties. Because as per what Kira said, the 3-5-2 formation just now, or 3-4-3. I think it's more like 3-4-3, right? Where Pogba Fernandes playing and they really have been instructed to like really go all out attack since we are chasing the game. So it does look like when the shackles are off, it looks like those two can really work well together. So I'm excited to see what the next game, what Solskjaer will do, right? Now he has seen that these two can work together. Okay, I think now let's go to the ratings. Yeah. Okay, first I'm gonna ask Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in terms of the tactics and whatnot. Kira, how you rate him out of 10?
I mean, this is technically his first full season with United, and I can understand him trying to play with different mindsets, with different styles, and his first acquisition, his first two acquisition for the team, is actually sorry, I would say three acquisitions for the team. Out of the three, uh, two are being regulars, and I would say that actually I was expecting a little bit more from James in this game, and it seems like for a few games we have seen James is a bit deteriorating. Is it because of the injury that he had a few games back, or is it because he's slowly losing confidence with the news that we are going to go for Sancho or something like that? I don't really see James. I didn't really see James being useful in whatever position, in whatever gameplay Sha has right now. Overall, in the second half, I think he has been quite tough on Shaw, and that's where we see Shaw actually being more aware of his requirement to also defend instead of just attacking. And overall, when he changed that formation to a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, on the 60th minute, that was a very good call from him. So I would say he deserves a 7 for now. Uh, Slightly 7 because actually he should have been more assertive in telling United players that you should protect Bruno on the first half, that you should be able to also be aware of your opposition open spaces. The first half after the 15 minute went downhill, and he wasn't able to give the confidence to the players to tell them focus on the game, because you see so many balls were lost in that sense. So that's why I give him a 7.
Okay, how about you, Zoro? Zoro, hello.
Not quite hearing you. Okay, for me, in terms of United's ratings,
Yeah, how about Ole?
I
How
tend
much
to
you will
agree
give
with
Ole?
Kira. Okay, in terms of tactics itself, I believe in the first half the Ole played wrong. More or less, managers nowadays would tend to know that how Mourinho gonna play. Compact, counter attack on any chances. As we can see in the first half, United was struggling to break down the Spurs defense. So kudos to Solskjaer when he got it. When he tweaked the lineup with the good substitutes, and I would say in overall, I would give a 6 out of 10 for Solskjaer coming up with this better tactics in the second half.
Yep. I think I will give 7. I think he should be a bit more proactive in the second. I think should straight away bring in Pogba in the second half. So that's the only flaw lah, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be more decisive.
Yeah. And then okay, let's do a quick one to each.
Interesting fact here, we've been stated in the sports channel. They stated here that Jose Mourinho
Yeah.
has not been beaten in the last 101 Premier League games. 101 games in the position of defeat. So quite a achievement from Mourinho.
Okay.
For going that long.
Well, we'll
But
see.
but I have to say, actually, Sasha was also helped by Mourinho's. I would say very as a football fan, not as an MU fan, but as a football fan, on the second half, um, Spurs were lacking. They did not try to attack. You can see that actually they were holding back, and I think that was because of Mourinho. So actually, that also helped Sasha in the second half to try to get back into the game. And when we were on draw, you can see that Spurs were not trying to push again to try to get for the win. They were just trying to hold on to that scoreline. So I think in addition to giving Sasha a 7, I'm questioning Mourinho's approach in this game. Actually, I have to say I'm questioning his approach.
Well, we all know how he likes to play, right? So I think there's no surprise there. Let's do to our players really quick one. De Gea.
I would say I will give him a 6
Yeah.
6 because yeah, I even though I disagree with the pundits on the first goal, but in the end actually he hasn't much to do except for the great save
That
on the
great.
second half.
One great reflexive.
So pretty much it was a quiet game for him other than that save and other than
Goal.
that goal. So nothing much that he has to do. So 6 is fair to him.
Okay, how about you? De Gea. De Gea.
De Gea. Yeah, nothing much. Him apart from the that he managed to save, so it'll be 6 for him.
6. Okay. How about the back four? How about Maguire, Shaw, Bisaka, Lindelof? The starting lineup.
Starting lineup. Okay, for the starting lineup, I would say Shaw and Maguire not do well on the first half, but recover quite well on the second. So probably to be fair to them, I would give them 7. Especially on the second half, they were more aware of their positioning, and they were able to also not only help on the defensive side but also get on the attack. So Shaw and Maguire will get a 7. Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka, they don't really shine anywhere. They kind of they kind of having a quiet game on their own. Apart from the cross to Rashford from Wan-Bissaka, I don't see any other good plays. He did do good on his defensive plays, but again, you can see actually the point of counter attack from Spurs, they were focusing on our left. So Wan Bissaka and Lindelof did not have much to do. But for me, for Lindelof, he uh, did not try to help Maguire to cover against Bergwijn for the first goal. So I have to say that he missed it there. So a 6 for him. And for Wan-Bissaka, for that cross, I will give him a 6.5.
Okay.
Alright, for me, the back four is gonna be a straight 6 for all of them. But slight credit for even for Bisaka and Lindelof actually. Lindelof have played a very several good passes from the back line to initiate some good plays up front. However, to the compactness, we cannot even go for the goal. And Bisaka, even though initially he struggled with containing Son, several flicks that Son had managed to get past Bisaka and bring other Spurs players to play. But then again, when he goes up, he manages to recover back several to close down several chances from the Spurs players. So therefore, flat six for all the back four.
Okay, I think I agree with that. I think they are steady, not too outstanding, but steady, and did the job. Although the mistake for the goal, I also agree Lindelof should do much better with the recovery. Okay, how about our midfield? Tomine, Fred, Fernandez, Pogba, and maybe it's too a bit hard to judge Matic because he came in a bit late. So, but how about those four? Those four.
Okay, for the midfielders, there was mixed feeling for me. I would say that Fred was a little bit he I don't think he's not match fit. I mean he should be in good fitness. Um he I'm not sure whether to say whether he lacked sharpness, but I think Fred was the weak link for the first half. And again, I really like Fred. He has shown his promise in the past few games. Maybe his engine is still warming up for this game. So for Fred, I would say that is a 5 for me.
Oh, that's
Metamine is
quite low.
also. I mean, is on average. I mean, he is on average. He did not really shine, and he did not really do anything much in the game. And so I mean, put a six for him is a bit unfair because Metamini lasted a bit longer in the game and for me Metamini deserves a six because of that. But Fred, I have to rate him a bit lower. He did not do much. He did not disrupt the game, especially the first half when Spurs were getting on the groove. He did both Metamini and Fred were struggling in trying to break up the control by Spurs. And he was I would say that actually he was forced to be substituted early on, give space for Pogba, but in actual fact, actually because you really don't see his effectiveness in that sense. So that's why I have to give him a 5 here. For Matamine, he lasted a few more minutes, and actually when we go to that to that slightly 3-4-3, he was in that position for a little bit, and I'll give him a 6 for that. For Bruno and for Pogba, they really shine in the second half. They were quite good in the second half.
Yeah, I think everything
And
good in our attacking comes from them, basically.
but in the end, actually, Bruno is showing his assertiveness in trying to get the goal. You can see he tries to get the winning goal. And as for Pogba, as we say, he tries to play that deep lying midfielder role, and actually Pogba did get the penalty for us, and Bruno did score the penalty. So I'll rate them a bit higher, around 8. For that, in the end, actually, if the link up has been much faster, I mean, if Pasha is really just trying to see, he should have substituted Pogba at the 45th minute at the start of the second half instead of the 60th minute.
Yep.
See to give more playing time for Pogba and Bruno together. I'll give them an 8.
Okay, but exciting, right? We see how they link up, and I think everyone excited to see next game, see how they can link up some more. Yeah, so Zero, how me feel?
Right. Sorry. Alright. For the midfield lineup, initial was a trio of Bruno, Tomine, and Fred. And then agree with Kira. Fred was kind of let down, especially in the first half. So nothing much can be seen from his tenacity or whatnot. Tomine as usual, but I believe this game doesn't do justice and doesn't set a platform for him to shine. And in terms of giving spaces and protecting Bruno, not quite there yet for Termine. So he's gonna and Bruno himself good in the first half, and then the introduction of Pogba in the second half, later second half. And the several link up plays between him and Pogba themselves. shows that actually what Bruno can do. And kudos to him for getting the goal, scoring the penalty for us. So in my view, the rating should be for Fred. The downside would be the 5.5 to be a bit more generous. McTominay a 6. Fernandez quite achieved 7, but I give him 6.5. So quite a letdown because of how Spurs play. Credit to the team. And Pogba himself in the introduction put some life in midfield and got play between for him and the forward. So another 6 for Pogba. Stage quite later in it, so not much. He just stabilized the midfield for us towards the end game and ensure that we did not concede further.
Okay,
So that's my view on the player ratings.
somebody have a high standards. Yeah. I think overall I will agree with either side. Like Fred, I think he just average and maybe 5, right? McTominay a bit higher, 6, and I will give 7.5 for both Bruno and Pogba. Right? I just wish Pogba comes in sooner. Right? So now lastly our forwards. So Rashford, Martial, James, Greenwood. I would say upfront this is totally the wrong game for James to be playing because of the Tottenham tactics.
Me actually it wasn't really a wrong game for James. I mean in the end what we want to see from our players are versatility. You couldn't expect the opposition is going to play even if the defense the defense were the normal Vertonghen other pairing up. He has a bad day, he will have a bad day. So in the end actually again, same like similar to Fred. It's just not his day. It's just not his game. Um, he should have played better. He should have been better in a sense, and we have seen him done amazing things in the first half of the season, but he kind of deteriorating a bit. I hope Sasha be a good manager and try to build up back the confidence for Fred and James for after this game. So for me, James, I'm sorry to say, but he's disappointing in this game. So again, the 5 for me, James. Um, Rashford first half thing, second half he has a few good gameplays, but in the end, ultimately he did not show major. He did not give a major impact. He did have a few good tries on the second half, particularly. So a 6 for me. And Martial, well, he's shown his sharpness, but not his calmness. I mean, the 2 shots that he has, the first one, his touch was a little bit heavy. And it allows the defense to actually block his shot. And the second one, he did try to go for power instead of positioning, and we know that usually his style is to go for uh, positioning rather than power. So I think that was a slight um different approach to his game. So for me, uh, 6 for a 6 as well, because he did have that 2 good tries, but ultimately did not go anywhere. Um, but on second half for Igalo and Greenwood, they did not have much time to showcase what they do. I really have to highlight the thing that Igalo did towards the end. The one that where he holds the ball and he pulls the defense to him, to allow Greenwood to have the shot. That's what we say, that's why we say actually um in the sense that when you have a very tight defense in the opposition, having Igalo is the best thing you can do, because you want to utilize that space that you can free up when the defense is trying to go to zoom in into Igalo.
Yeah,
And the reason why
exactly.
it works is, yeah, reason why it works is because you know that Igalo is a very dangerous man. If he doesn't go back the ball, he will try to go on his own. And so that's why they will zoom in to him, and that's when the space are made available for Bruno, Greenwood or Rashford. So I really should believe. I really want to believe that Igalo should be the main starter if the defense is tight, and only on the second half you bring in Martial because the defense will be quite tired. You can see actually on the second half. That's where what do you call it? Martial got his first few shots because it was not only because our attacking was good. It was not only because Manuel decided to hold back. Again, very bad choice by Manuel, but it's also because defense
We're getting tired towards the
were a
end,
bit
is it?
tired. Yep,
On.
So how about the
from
ratings?
me.
Right.
I think sorry, the rating for Igalo and Greenwood because they were a bit late. For me, a 6 for each one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I tend to agree with Kira also on terms of Pele's bad day. However, credits to James as well because in the way he play, he managed to cause some problems to Davies on the other side. And so his crosses are not pinpoint, but then again, that there's an aspect of the game that James needs to work on lah. So I believe in my view, if I were to play forward line for this game, I would go for Igalo as main centre forward, and both Rashford and Martial on the flanks interchangeably during the game. However, this game, we can see the constant threat coming in from our side. Can be seen from Rashford. Tried again, and he managed to get a few shots in. However, it's just not meant to be his game for today. And same goes for Rashford. For Martial. So since the supply coming in from the midfield has been closed down by Spurs team, so he did not manage to get in the game too much for me. So for the starters of round 3, I'm gonna say Rashford gonna be a 6.5, Martial gonna be a 6, and generously a 6. Then we get come in on Igalo and Greenwood. So both Igalo and Greenwood have fair game by their standards, but Greenwood himself does not much put on the attacking side. He's much more closing down since he had other players coming in the front, in the forward, in the third, like Bruno, Pogba, and even Igalo, and we have still had Rashford there. So Greenwood also does not have much time to showcase his talent. Igalo has managed to off the ball and bring others to play. So me, with the time they had to play, both of them get a 6.
Okay, for me, I think I was a bit disappointed with the 3 starting forwards. I think they should be, maybe they lack a bit of match sharpness, maybe, but I expect to be a bit sharper and a bit more dynamic. So that's a bit disappointing from both, all 3 of them, right? So I will only give them, I think 5.5, all 3 of them. And our 2 substitute forward, I think they since they come in late, there's not too much they can do, but they did cause a few problems like Greenwood with the shot and like Igalo with that passing, right? So I think I will give them a 5 overall, or 5. So last one, man of the match. Myself, I think Pogba, for the way he changed the dynamics of the game once he came on. How about you?
Okay lah. To be fair, actually, Pogba did come in at a good time to showcase his awareness on the pitch and also his versatility. Because if you see the heat map for Pogba, I mean later on, if we can see the heat map, you can actually see the Pogba is playing across the midfield, and then because Greenwood and Igalo on the right hand side, when deep on the right hand side to help cover for Wan Bissaka, that allows Pogba to go to the right right hand side and get that penalty for us. So actually, me, it was a good game for Pogba. He manages to get the spotlight on him. So fair to say that you could he could be the man of the match. Otherwise, Bruno showed more tenacity, especially in trying to get the second goal. He shows that he's telling us as the fans, and he's telling his teammates that we should not be focusing on trying to get into the box in itself. We should just try to get the goal, and I think that's also a good way to motivate the people around him. So for me, um, a clear winner for man of the match here is Bruno actually, rather than Pogba. Pogba because Bruno has been playing for the whole 90 minutes, so it's fair to put Bruno as the match.
I think I like what you mentioned about Bruno. I think maybe this can translate to the whole squad. I think when after Bruno scores, all the players are rushing to get back to start back the game, just to see how much they wanted to win. Right, they don't really celebrate the goal. They want to go for the winner. So I think that's the kind of winning mentality that we have been lacking all these years since post Sir Alex, right? So it's refreshing to see that coming back. So Zoro, last one, man of the match for you.
Okay. Uh, Difficult for me. Actually, I'm leaning towards Spurs side as the best of the match. I'm going to give you credit for Bergwijn, his solo run, and outpace the trio of our defenders. And being that, Bergwijn is actually a January transfer for Spurs, and he's doing very good for currently. The only the other the third player from Spurs that managed to score on their 3 home games since Rafael van der Vaart. So
Yep.
he himself have been a good form before the break, and
Did he
right
score
after the
2 against
restart,
City as well?
yes. So could credit to him and what the signing he has been for Spurs currently. He managed to carry Spurs team during the absence of Kane, Son, and really the suspended Ali. So for me, it's going to be Bergwijn.
Okay, different
Oh,
opinion.
but I just like to highlight Shaw's approach in the second half also, because yeah, he was powerful in the first half, but in the second half he recovers a lot and he actually changes his game a lot. So to be fair, Shaw is a very much an improved player. So I don't see why our previous two managers dislike him, but I think he's been good. So he could also be a man of match for this game.
Yes, certainly. I think Shaw really has improved leaps and bounds under Solskjaer. Right, he sees flexibility. He's been playing left side centre half quite a few games, right? And he excelled there and excelled when playing his natural position left back. Well, so I think he really improved lah this season. Like you said, maybe a shout, but I think maybe not. Maybe not.
Shaw himself, I think the natural position would be the left wing back. So you can see when he puts further out, it's better for him. So that's where in our current team, our United team currently, and the emergence of Brandon Williams. So that puts Shaw in a very hot soup. So if it doesn't improve, there's another young players waiting to replace him at any time.
Yeah, maybe that's a decisive a major factor as well. I think, yeah, with the emergence of Williams, and I think you can see it's not a coincidence that Shaw's form is improved since Williams' emergence. That's why you always need competition in clubs, so you improve yourself, right? If you are in a bubble, a very comfortable comfort zone, you will improve. Okay, so I think that's about it for this match reaction video. I think 1-1 is okay. It's okay result. I think we are okay, satisfied with it. It's in quite fair. So waiting for the next game is against who? Next game? I think it's again. Let's
This
see.
game would be
Next
next
game
game will be on the
Yes.
25th June against against Sheffield United.
against Sheffield, right? Yeah, that's another
Sheffield, Brighton.
top four
Actually,
so-called
Sheffield
contender.
is 1 point below us.
Yep, that's right. That's another
I see. Yeah.
top four challenges that we have.
2 points below us.
Yep. So
But but Sheffield game in hand. So if they win the next game, they are going to overly out on the 5th spot.
Yep. So we really need to win that game since we're at home. So that's a must-win game
Well,
if we want to catch top 4.
Feel next game, Henderson will not able to play. So that's one off form, one on informed players that we get less to worry about.
Yep. So that's an advantage to us.
And
Okay. That
just put out a question: how you guys think will Henderson able to replace De Gea in our current lineup?
That's a good question. I think it's a good thing that we sort of agreeing in with Sheffield on extending his loan. I think another season with Sheffield would do he good. And while since I think De Gea is still number one, so I think loaning him and letting him play regularly at another club and competitively is a good move. So I think maybe after next season, the season after next season, we should start facing him in, especially if Romero leaves.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So talking about that, I think I'm reserving my thoughts for. I mean, if we are going for a match preview video later on, maybe we can talk a little bit more on that. But I think in a hindsight, you have to look at the current condition of the whole squad. It's all the transfer news regarding De Gea has stopped. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we can see. I think I'd like to reserve my thoughts for the next video for this.
Okay. And thank you guys everyone. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please give your comments, have any comments. Right? And click the like and don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye. See you next video.